For the next phase of our march. Some of you at home have been asking, how can you take a stand this weekend if you're not here at the protest? The good news is there is a way for you to take a stand every weekend. We want to talk to you about the stand in the park.
Hello. I'm taking place at Fifi at the moment. I've been helping Fifi with Stand in the Park UK. Quick rundown, we've got over 800 parks participating all across the UK, England, Wales, Scotland, Northern Ireland and Ireland as well. They are all over the world, of course. But yeah, in the UK every Sunday from 10 till 11, you'll find people in parks up and down the country. You can find all the parks listed on our website, at standinthepark.org. If there's not one close to you, it's very, very easy to start one. You can just email us at standinthepark.org. Nominate a park, be there every Sunday, and you'll soon have plenty of people joining you, and you'll be able to join in our massive community.
So for those that aren't familiar, so you're literally standing in a park?
Yes. It's a community building, speaking with like-minded people who have concerns, who have questions about what's going on, and want to, make a stand for those freedoms that have been taken away from us over the last couple of years. It's not in your face, it's not a protest, it is creating community, making that physical connection, getting to know people, and there are a lot of things that are coming out of that. And I think the way back to a better way of life is by creating communities, getting back to being together, being human, having that physical contact and that connection.
Indeed, we were talking to Joe Rogers from Lawyers for Liberty earlier, who talked about unity and community being the two keys and how we go forward from this. This is a great place, and I know from going to the stands myself in different places, you've got people who are, yes, they're joining protests like this, but also contributing to the local community, starting new initiatives, whether that's becoming self-sufficient, growing their own food, starting new companies and initiatives. There's so much happening in the groups.
Huge amount.
So how many locations now in the UK?
It's somewhere upwards of 800, I think.
800
around
parks.
800 at last count.
So find a park near you. If there wasn't one there, or if there isn't one already, start one yourself. We look out for the yellow, because that's the...
we are everywhere,
everywhere, that's the colour. Thank you so much for sharing, and excellent work on Stand in the Park. So,
thanks, Dan.
So the question was, how do we take a stand this weekend? Obviously, if we're here this weekend at the protest, you're doing a great job. If you're sharing this, you're contributing. You can go to the Stand in the Parks, but you can also join this particular campaign as we take 2 weeks to flatten the mandates by taking the blue balloons that we've got on the social media, the jobs over jabs balloon, the blue balloon supporting the NHS. You can put that on your profile picture. If you know someone who's affected by the mandates, who's potentially going to lose their job, you can send them to the Workers of England website where there's guidance. You can send them to the Law or Fiction website where there's legal guidance. There's lots of support people out there whose jobs are threatened. But in order to help save these jobs, we've got to do things like this. We've got to come together. We heard about unity, we heard about solidarity, we heard about community. The reality is we've been celebrating the NHS for the last 2 years for the work they've done during the pandemic. We cannot therefore stand on the sidelines and witness over 100,000 jobs potentially being lost. These mandates is what's threatening those livelihoods. This is all about informed choice and consent. There are people who are making different choices to us, to each other rather. People know my choice by now. But either way, everyone has the right to choose. There are people who are choosing to be vaccinated, there are people who are not being vaccinated. Whatever your choice is, you should own that right. If the government takes away that right, I'll tell you what happens. The government intervenes in our lives in ways that you'll never be able to take back. At least not without a big fight. So this is a really important barrier that we must overcome. We must overcome this legislation, and by